Hello everyone and welcome, Retry here. Today we're gonna give it a stab at this new game called Medieval Dynasty. It's still in alpha, very early access. I've started playing the game before, so I'd, get a grip of how things work and how the game goes, kind of. But I'm just gonna delete all my saved games. Basically, it's a medieval survival game, and you got to start from scratch and all that. So we're gonna give it a go. There have been several updates to it, but I'll let you guys look at the story.
Life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
So let's see what we can do. We're gonna start a new life. This game is kind of interesting. You have to create a dynasty, and your character can die of old age. So you need to kind of be concerned about, getting married, having a kid, and things like that. So we have to. There's a compass there. It tells you kind of where to go, and what we want to do is kind of head over to this town as soon as possible. There's some sticks and stuff you can grab on the ground. Things are still kind of hard to see at this point of the game. And yep, I'll let you guys enjoy the view. Look at these graphs, man. I did put some work into this, and I'm sure as the game keeps going on, this is gonna get much better. So the whole deal is you start with nothing, I think. Here's the inventory. You can pause to look at the tooltips if you want. But we have a torch. Let's equip the torch so it's there. We have some clothes, then 50 coin, and some food to keep us going. We have to be mindful of thirst and hunger. And also got to start building a village, I guess. So there's some villagers. If you press left alt, you can see it uses stamina, but it kind of gives you these tooltips and tells you like who's a trader and who's not. So we're gonna talk to this guy here, the Castellan Unigost, and the gist of it is that he tells you that your uncle has died, but that he will honor. Well, essentially all the money and the property is gone, but he gives you this hammer that belonged to him. It's a building hammer, and he lets you have as much land as you want, right? So we updated the first quest, and first thing we gotta do is grab some stick, rocks, make a stone axe, cut trees, grab straw, and build our first house. So we're gonna look at the map. We're here in something, I don't know, can't read right now. We're in this town over here, and we want to look for a place that is reasonably flat to start building our home. So I'm gonna try to not go much towards that side of the map here because there's nothing over there, so I'm gonna try to build something more towards this side, although this seems to have bigger plains. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe across the river there could be nice, near Veronica. Let's go check what it looks like, and I'll catch you guys up there. Well, maybe not. Anyway, so as we're walking here, you can, you know, pick up the sticks from the ground, and everything you do basically gives you some skill, right? And you're gonna depend on those skills to survive. So I'm grabbing some mushrooms here from the floor. Mushrooms only grow in the spring, and we have basically like 3 days of spring that we can benefit from. So it's on the other bridge still. Anyway, we want to kind of like stock on these mushrooms when we find them, because we're gonna need food, and I'd rather not go through our stores too early, you know. So in case, I don't know, winter comes, we don't want to starve, right? So we grabbed a few things. We need one more stick. I think now we can craft how do you bring the crafting wheel? Well, what was the... Okay, so we have the skills here. Journal. F brings the torch out. We have nothing in our hands. This is kind of dumb. I'll figure out how to bring the crafting wheel up in a little bit. I want to move through these woods here and grab what we can. I'm gonna grab some more stone because we're gonna need a few to build the tools that we have to build. There's a journal here that kind of tells you what to do. Tells the quests that have been completed, and here's the like a game knowledge kind of thing, you know, like a game tutorial. So building, stamina, food, water, seasons, and sleep. I'm pretty sure it stops the time, so we don't have to worry so much about this. There's theft. Apparently people can... Oh, if you're stealing, they're not gonna like it. And to build... Oh, Q. Yeah, okay, so the Q menu is here, so we're gonna craft a stone axe. And we're also gonna keep our eyes out for reeds. So these are berries, but they're not ripe yet, so you don't need to collect them just yet. I want to keep heading towards that bridge and go across and check what the land looks like on the other side. It's kind of a clearing here. There's a road. I don't think we can build there. And that doesn't seem very flat, but I think we can work with it. Looking for reeds. Haven't seen any. We'll see. There are animals too in the forest, kind of everywhere. So you gotta be a little mindful of where you are and what you're doing. Let's build a... We need one more stick. Put this on 3, the axe on 1, and oh, you can also harvest these for sticks, and here are the reeds actually. So I'm gonna build a skinning knife. You can actually sell skinning knives for a lot of quite a bit of coin, and it might be something you might want to try doing in the beginning of the game. But it can get boring pretty fast, so you probably don't want to overdo it. Now we need to cut some logs. before I cut logs, I want to find a good place to build. This is too close to the water. This here seems like a nice clearing. There's a road too. And let's look at where we are. So we're right here. We could potentially build across that road, but I don't think so. I think we're good where we are. So we're gonna chop some trees. When you do these activities, you also like decrease your stamina. And after you chop trees, you actually have to so what do we need to build a house? You have to keep chopping at them to make the logs. So we need 2 more logs for the house. We're gonna be a little overloaded, so I want to be closer to where I want to build a house. It's gonna be right here. Can be a little tricky at times. Okay, so what we do now is go build house and Q and E rotate. I think front towards the water might be cool. So I'm just gonna build it here. And now what you gotta do is you gotta whack the walls with the hammer, and it will put the resources down. And if you have enough of them, it finishes building. So anyway, we gotta cut more trees, get more sticks. We gain a level on survival, so we can go on skills here. And like there's this first level of the 3 here that increases the skill points. I like to pick this one. There's a survival balance here, something you can use for later. Kind of highlights when you use the left alt. It highlights where things are. Need a lot of branches. So cut another tree. That one fell a little weird. Where's that log? Here. So we're a little overweight. We can go build some more. So when you're overweight, you can't run. You gotta be a little mindful of it. Just so you're not caught out like with some, you know, wild animal that is aggressive and it's gonna, you know, chop you into bits. Building also consumes stamina, so we gotta rest for a little bit. We can eat some mushrooms, so our food is down here. Each mushroom only, morel mushrooms are safe, and each mushroom only recovers 1, and then we'll eventually have to go get a sip of water. See if there's more sticks around. Okay, so we're missing straw, sorry, and other stuff. Whenever you chop a tree, make sure you check around it, because these feathers will spawn. And you want to start collecting these early on. There we go. There's some feathers. You'll be able to collect much more later, but just keep in mind that you want to have, you know, an inventory, like, or a stack of these, I'd say, for when you're you know, when you start making bows and arrows and things like that. So let's get some reeds. We can also get a sip of water here. Just walk out and drink from the river. There you go. There's the warning. That's enough. I don't know if these reeds respawn. Maybe they do when the seasons go full circle, you know. But they're a good source of survival skill XP. So, you know, you might want to collect these more than you need. And here's where you can check, like, our survival skill is at 125 or out of 250, you know, collect one reed. And now it's 128, so it's gone. We got it down another tree. And finish building our house. One thing that I don't know is if running actually increases the depletion rate of you know, of food and water. I don't think it does yet, but it might be a future mechanic of the game. Let's build this. Alright, we need another lock. Jesus Christ. So we've done this one here. Just gonna look for feathers real quick. Can't see anything in this. You know, everything's so convoluted. We'll have chances to get feathers later. There's a bunch of trees we gotta cut down. And the feathers take a little bit of time to appear. Oh, we missed. So we actually have more logs than we need. What you can do is you can save them. See, there's the feathers now. There's more. We can even go check the ones we chopped before. See if more have spawned. It's kind of random where they show up on the floor, like on the ground. But you get the idea. And right now, like, the left alt doesn't highlight anything except like for our house, because we don't have the skills yet to make it highlight things. So anyway, there's our house. Next thing we gotta do is a rabbit trap, and it takes sticks. So we got sticks, and we also gotta make some spears so we can hunt wild animals. So on the crafting here, if you press R, you can craft multiple, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make several spears, because you can throw each spear 3 times before it breaks. Hit or miss, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here, let's put it on slot number 2. Whatever you do, if you hit or miss, it's, you know, it's, that's it. You lost some durability of, what do I do? I change thing. I want to keep my knife. So I want to transfer these rocks. We won't need them right now. Transfer all this straw. We'll keep the coin. Dried meat is also like, we don't need all of that on us. It's pretty heavy, so we're not gonna carry a lot of it around. All right, so here's the thing. Hunting can only happen in the woods, apparently. So what we gotta do is, if you put your rabbit trap out here, I think it doesn't really work, because rabbits don't come this far outside of the woods, you know? Plus, we gotta hunt a rabbit too. and catch this mushrooms as we go. It's really difficult to see them at first, but I think I see an animal over there, and it's a deer. Let's see if we can get close to it. I'll warn you though. Deer takes more than one spear hit to kill. But let's just creep up on this guy here. Yep, there's more than one. If you can get a headshot, you can kill it straight. But it didn't, so there it goes. Oh, there are foxes here too. I think this side of the map is gonna be, so you can track your deer by the wooden spear. Just make sure you throw one that's not gonna break on impact, like that it's almost broken, you know, or make sure you don't miss. So that one fell. Let's see if it stops. Yep. Walked right into us. Okay, so we've hunted a wild animal. Make sure you grab your spears. I think one of them broke. And then that's why we made a knife before. You need that stone knife at least to be able to carve the deer. So we only have 2 spears left. One is 1/3 and the other is, you know, pretty much broken. Not gonna waste any time hunting these deer now. Hopefully we don't get attacked. You can overhunt an area, I think. At least it's intended. And it takes a while for the animals to respawn after you overhunt it. Since we only have 2 spears, I'm not going to try to hunt another deer, because we might just lose both spears and get no deer. Right, so our house is that way, I believe. Yep. So anywhere here should be ideal for a rabbit trap. We're just gonna put it down. And there it is. So now it's given us this mission to survive for a season. Of course we can just do nothing, right? And just, you know, survive for a season, but that's gonna be a lot. Oh, the feathers fall down now. So I guess if you pay attention, you can find them kind of easily. This is nice. I'd rather just make spears. And it's nearing the end of the day. We could potentially go home, drink some water, eat, and maybe start gathering some stuff that we'll need for future buildings. And what happens is, ideally what you do later is you go to sleep, another day comes, and each season has 3 days, right? So you can always check your weight here in the inventory. I know we're gonna need reeds and these sticks, So I'm just gonna collect a bunch of them right now. And there it is. We got another level in survival. We might get this skill here to highlight stuff, but I don't know. I'd rather get another point into this and max out the skill point gain. I don't know that we need to sleep though. I know that the peasants in the village, they do go to sleep. So, you know, it might be interesting for us to just go to sleep and start another day. Alright guys, so we collected a bunch of reeds, cleared out that area over there, and we got another skill point in the survival skill. Kinda cheesy, yeah, but that's just how life goes. I'm gonna increase it again, and I also found some sticks and mushrooms here that I want to collect, and we're gonna start taking advantage of our new and improved skill right away. Also took a sip of water. We're a little bit hungry, so we're probably just gonna eat these right away. Did I hear a bark? I hope no. I've never settled in this region here. So anyway, here's our chest. We got some dried meat, some leather, some feathers. I'll keep the one rock with us. We don't need all these sticks, so we'll just throw that in there. We have a buttload of straws. Kind of reaching some critical mass here on our inventory, but what I'm gonna do is eat and then go to bed. Just like that, a bunch of our mushrooms are gone. And some of that dry meat too. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Retry out.